All right, let's get this recording started. So we got Christoph Redl. Have Mario get milk for me. I don't think he can reach even the lowest shelf. Oh, what is happening? Oh, there we go. Let's move this over here. Easy there. Easy. There you go. That is enough for me. Hi, everyone. Dude, webcams, man. I was talking to Hamish about this the other day. As a guy I work with, a good friend. Webcams are, they're so bad. Why are they so bad? Every time you restart your computer, the colors reset. Like, what's that about? Like, the white balance gets messed up and, yeah. Anyways, alright, here we go. Oh, dude, yeah, Game Art Talk, yeah. I need to listen to more. I haven't, I think I've only listened to one. Anyways, looks like you've been doing some Decagon. I remember critiquing this whiskey, a Molotov for the this bank heist. So, oh man, loadout, dude. Thanks, man. 23 months. Oh my gosh, almost the twofer. Anyway, so Chris or Christoph is wondering, am I on the right way or right path? What can I improve on texturing, on the texturing of my props and weapons? So a lot of the times when it comes to materials, especially today, it's all PBR, right? If you're going for the more realistic stuff. I guess stylized you can go PBR as well. But it tends to be about the range and variety of roughness that you bring into your work. So like this piece, for example, there's some differences in like what the roughness is with the metals versus paint versus the exposed metal under the paint, glass, rubbers, different roughness values of metals and even paints, I guess. It's getting that variety, right? So I think when it comes to that, right now it looks like all of your roughness values are kind of hitting in more of a mid-range. Let me see if I can find, like this looks pretty good, but it feels like it's more in the mid-range when it comes to roughness. Let me see here. Seeing it might be the environment that you're reflecting with. But you can see like let's do this. So you can see in your gloss, I guess when it's marmoset, it's a gloss map, but you can see how everything is very similar in range. It's just where maybe I should contact Sketchfab. I would love for Sketchfab to be able to give me some basic modification controls on like a per mesh basis, so that you could submit like pieces for critique through Sketchfab, and then I can select them and then shift the roughness values around, for example. Oh, does that sound nice? Or a histogram for the albedo channels. Sounds really nice. Anyways, so looking at this, you can see the range of everything is pretty similar as far as roughness goes. And what you want to be looking at is how do you separate the wood from the metal and the rubber and anything else that may be represented in here, like this material here, because they're all going to be pretty different, right? Like when I look at it from here, yeah, it just needs more range, I think, more variety. Let's see what else is going on in here. So there's that one. I'm just gonna kind of click through some of these. So this one is 10 months old, whereas this gun is 14 days. So this one's pretty recent. All right, I'm not feeling this music. There we go. We're going with the soundtrack. Okay. But yeah, I think I'm seeing it in a similar fashion where you're just all the roughness values are very similar. So getting that separation, I think, is the next phase of like getting your work to pop. I'm curious in Substance Designer. Let's see. Okay, so we got all these loaded. So you're not showing it in the map, so I'm not sure if like what the variety is of roughness is in this one. But this looks like actually it's more varied, just because where the paint is reflecting versus the wood material below it. That's kind of separating it out. I think that'll make your work pop a lot more, because there is already a pretty good level of fidelity when it comes to the geometry. It's the shader material work that needs the most love, and I think starting with roughness is where it's at. Getting the metals to separate from the wood as well with the metal map, or metalness rather. But honestly, I think that's it. I think presentation wise, maybe when you click on these thumbnails, I don't know if you need your signature there, or if you like it there, I would suggest maybe making it a little smaller. Presentation wise, looks pretty good, I think. I really like this type of angle. It really is about that contrast, though, I think. Let's see if that... Because you want to get, those highlights to pop, right? And right now it looks a little washed. Let's see, look at this here. Something like this. And then nothing a nice bloom can't treat you with. Let's see here. Screen. And then let's lower this down so it's just bloomy enough. And we'll put a mask on there. Invert the mask, and then let's paint back where we want that bloom. Like maybe you just want it on those highlights, right? So this is pretty easy to do in post, or not in post, in the viewer. And it's really about you kind of getting the range there. It's like, look how and then don't be shy to let me dupe this layer again. And the trick I've showed a couple times in the portfolio critiques is if you go to other and do a high pass, you're basically isolating areas that you want to tighten up those details. And then if you do like an overlay, you can see how crunchy it gets. You gotta be careful with it, of course. Again, I say that you put a mask on it, invert the mask so your mask is black, and then go in and paint where you want that sharpening to happen. So like areas like this. Like, see that? Maybe that needs to be sharper, maybe not. Definitely keep checking, like going back here. We see, then you add the bloom on top of that. Maybe this bloom needs to be a little lower. See, maybe the wood material is just not popping as much as you want, and you can just kind of, because in the end it's really all about presentation. If they want to see it real time, they can check it out in the viewer, in the Marmoset viewer. Yeah, look what it does here. Diady, hey, thanks for the host. It's up to 42 viewers in here. How you guys doing? So I think I'll leave it with that. You can see the difference. Let's actually hang on here. Put this on top here. So it's pretty subtle, but I think it does a lot for getting the surfaces to pop. And then really think about in your roughness where information is going to be stored. So like all of that dirtiness kind of seems more random than having like more random than having a reason as to where the grime is. Like I would expect a lot of like the kind of oily marks to be around here, and maybe down here, because you know like you grab a clip close to the top, and then you pop it in, and then you're hitting the bottom. And then maybe there's an area that you're grabbing onto when you're shooting. It might be here. So a lot of it's going to be here and down here. So you're trying to tell a story with the surface as well. Oh, no problem, man. A host is a host, dude. I appreciate you wanting to host me. Hosting a zero is cool enough for me, man. I don't know if it's a zero. I can't tell what the host was. But yeah. So I think this should help you a little bit. I'd keep doing decagon stuff and really focus on that roughness. I think that's where your materials will really start to blow up a bit. I think that's the next stage of your artistic explosion, if you want to call it that. Anyways, all right. I'm going to get on to the next portfolio. Yeah. And I appreciate that. So you say you're a 3D and weapons artist, and what I'm seeing is 3D weapons art. It's cool that I think it's fine that you have your podcast in here. I should probably put my empire in my portfolio. Our empire at this point. I'm just along for the ride with you guys. And having a substance in here just to show that you understand the concept and how it works and have actually created something that's cool. All right. Thanks a lot, dude. I'm going to get to the next portfolio. Well, the song ended just in time, too. Crazy.